Hey, what's up guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros. And of course, GameStop is selling computer parts now. So we had to give it a try, see what the whole entire experience was like buying all the parts, make sure the parts show up and are not damaged, and of course, put the PC together.
So what we have right here is a budget PC from GameStop, and it's kind of funny. We ordered these parts and it did take a decent amount of time for them to show up, but as we were waiting, things were happening on GameStop that were kind of interesting in terms of them selling PC parts, and we'll talk about that. But first, a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by HP and their current promotion to help you save when shopping for your next gaming PC on HP's website. If you use code 5GAMER2022, you can save 5% on orders over $999 in value, or if you use code 10GAMER2022, you can save 10% on orders over $1,399. This would be a perfect time to pick up one of our favorite systems, the new HP Victus gaming desktop, and you can get some insane value for the money with this discount code on a wide range of specs. Check the link down below to learn more, and special thanks again to HP for sponsoring today's video.
So of course, since GameStop's kind of new to the game because you already have a lot of companies like eBay, Newegg, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, and so forth, of course, GameStop was kind of late, so they had to do some pretty good deals, and they did have some really crazy deals on some cases and motherboards and other accessories, and we expect some more deals as they're kind of up and coming to get into the PC market. But we found, as I guess you could say early on purchasers, that we definitely had some issues with it.
And that issue being, we had the CPU and motherboard order canceled after a week of waiting, which can be pretty frustrating, especially for an end user building the first PC. But for us, we have to wait for this stuff to show up to make the video. So wasn't great. To save time, we went ahead and ordered the CPU and motherboard from Amazon. So do keep that in mind that I believe GameStop is using third-party sellers like a Walmart does, where you're just buying from a third-party seller on their marketplace. So the shipping times will definitely vary. It's like buying from an eBay almost, but pretty much everything here is new and the prices weren't too bad. I think this whole bill was $1,000, but again, prices are dropping a lot right now. So like graphics cards like this that we paid like $320 for are being sold right now for 260 bucks. So yeah, take those numbers with a grain of salt. We're just gonna see if this build actually works, and yeah, I'll just go over each individual part and how it makes up this build.
So for the CPU, we have the Intel i5-12400. Now you could save a little bit of money and go with the F. We went to 12400 because that's what was in stock. 6 cores, 12 threads, and of course you do not get the efficiency cores like you would if you went slightly above and went with the 12600K. You know, it's a B660, so we're not gonna be doing any overclocking anyways. And the 6-core 12-threaded processor is really amazing. There's no reason to go with anything higher because this is just an RX 6600. You could get away with an i3-12100 just fine. Now, to house that, we have this very nice MSI Pro B660-A DDR4, and this actually looks like a pretty good B660 because for one, it's full size. For two, we have 4 RAM slots, and in 3, we actually have the 8-pin plus 4, so you could, in theory, do like an i9 in this more than likely if you wanted to. So yeah, pretty good board. You could go with the Z690 as well. They have Z690 DDR4 boards, and it probably wouldn't cost too much more than this, but of course that's up to you guys. Now for RAM, this is just a B660, so as of right now, they only support DDR4. We have this PNY Accelerate 2x8 CL18 DDR4, and it's 3600 megahertz, so we at least got a pretty fast speed. I mean, nearing those DDR5 speeds, and it's RGB, so it's gonna look real pretty. RGB. Now for the SSD, this is kind of a fun one. This was kind of like a, I think might have been a GameStop exclusive deal. 1 terabyte Gen 4, and it comes with Battlefield 2042 on it. So actually, I guess it's not on it. Yeah, that'd be weird. It's not installed on it. You have to basically use the code. So it's not literally on it, but it's on the box.
I think it's like actually labeled with it too. So I mean, technically it's on it.
That's kind of, yeah, that is kind of cool. You can see it right there. It's like a limited edition that no one will ever see because it'll probably be under, yep, we got a nice heat sink that it'll go under right there.
This RAM has dropped like 3 times. Okay, it's gonna drop everything on it now. Now for the graphics card, we have this MSI Mech 2X RX 6600, and yeah, our friend Zach, he's our employee, he's our friend too, tweeted out over at Toasty Deals that this thing was on sale for $269 right now. I think we paid about $320, so that's a big load of savings right there. But yeah, 2-fan card, RX 6600 is our favorite card for 1080p and 1440p gaming right now, and you can get it at a great price. So it's cool to see that GameStop sells it. To power this graphics card, we have the EVGA 650 GT, 650 watts, 80 plus gold, more than enough wattage for this, and some upgrades in the future. You can go up to like a 3070 Ti, and you'll have no problems whatsoever with all the performance you have in this build. Now, I didn't open the case here because places like this, like GameStop and Walmart, some of these companies will sell very interesting brand cases. This is the metal PC with case with cooling fan. I just added an extra width. That width wasn't there, I just added it. They have other name brands on there, but already have some issues here.
Uh-oh.
First things first. we only have one piece of foam.
It doesn't even look like it would fit two.
So there's that. The box is shredded everywhere. There's like, it shocked me.
There's
like,
no way this thing's
is
okay.
this cobweb? What is going on? There's a bunch of crap everywhere. Well, we'll see if this case happens to be
That doesn't sound good.
Happens to be okay. GameStop, we're gonna have to use another
Do we already have
case.
scammers on GameStop's website?
It's okay.
Is there an IO shield and stuff? No, okay, I thought it was an IO
Okay,
shield.
all right, so far we're good, and we only have one fan. That's beautiful. All right, so here's the front. I guess they probably were just like, we don't have foam that will work for this.
Looks like it has some RGB there, kinda.
So it's RGB. We might just throw some plain fans up front just to give this thing better performance. For our PC selling business PC bros, you're gonna get this at a great price. And there's one RGB fan in the back, so I'm actually surprised it showed up in one piece. The box did not give much promise. So yeah, what we're gonna do is go and build this computer, see if it works, and then dive into some games.
Alright guys, now that we have this GameStop PC all booted up and ready to go, let's talk about some benchmarks real quick. Now we decided to test this PC in a handful of titles, those being Apex Legends, Battlefield 5 because it is the better Battlefield, Warzone, and Elden Ring. Now yes, we totally mixed up the benchmarking run here. We added a couple new games, so let us know what you think down below of these games in the benchmark rotation, and we'll mix it up as we go. But first up in Apex Legends, and to no surprise on high settings at 1080p, we got about 160 plus FPS. Obviously the parts in this build are going to be great for anything you throw at it, 1080p, 60 plus FPS, no problems whatsoever. We love the combination of the RX 6600 and 12th gen Intel, especially that 12400, because it gives you upgradability in the future and also really good performance right now. And that RX 6600 is creeping closer to about $260, $270, and at that price it's an absolute no-brainer and you really can't compete with it right now in the market. Now, of course, we had to test Battlefield 5, and yeah, we could have tested the Battlefield 2042, but you know what? This is a much superior Battlefield game, and I already had it redeemed, so you know what? We went with Battlefield 5, and on high settings at 1080p, we got an average of 90 plus FPS. This is a game that is very GPU, CPU, and RAM dependent. It does a lot across the board on pretty much anything you throw at it, so getting 90 plus FPS, sometimes 100 plus on high settings at 1080p is pretty impressive. Now, one thing I'm going to mention while I let the gameplay run here is the case that we built in is absolutely awful. So temperature wise, it's fine, it's adequate, it's going to do the job, but you can only install one extra fan in the front of this build, and the way they have the RGB set up is just really bad. The cabling is really bad. You probably saw me frustrated with it during the build time lapse, but overall we just don't recommend this case. Everything else so far works absolutely awesome, but the case is a no-go, and I probably should have known that, only paying about $60 to $70 for this case, and when there were some better options out there. So just avoid this one and don't make the mistake like I did, because I kind of just wanted to pick up something different, buy something else from GameStop if you are going to buy PC parts from GameStop. Next up is Warzone at medium-high settings, and we got 100 plus FPS, and I was actually doing pretty good, getting a decent amount of kills in Warzone. Getting 100 FPS and utilizing pretty much all the RAM we have in the system, 16 gigs, shows just how well this PC can perform in pretty much any game out there, considering Warzone is one of the more demanding popular games on the market right now. In terms of upgrades with this system, you could easily slap in like a 12600K or 12700K, start taking advantage of those performance and efficiency cores, and you could go with a higher end GPU with this power supply. You can go up to like a 3070 Ti or 6800 XT from AMD or whatever the new generation of cards is going to be. You'll be able to upgrade very easily with this system, but again, in terms of performance right now, I really wouldn't complain. And the last game we decided to launch and just see what the performance is like is Elden Ring on high settings, and we got a locked 60 FPS. Overall, this Gamestop PC worked. The fact that we did have to order a CPU and motherboard from another retailer because our order was canceled is pretty disappointing. So if you are going to buy from GameStop, one, hopefully you get really good deals, because at the time of recording, we did not get the good deals that are going on right now. We bought this about 2 weeks ago, and there weren't amazing deals, and it really didn't make a whole lot of sense, but there are some decent deals right now. So if you can take advantage of those, go for it. Buy from GameStop. You're going to get awesome value for money, but buying everything for a PC build from GameStop is not the greatest experience in the world, and I would probably go to another retailer if you're building a full PC from scratch, again, unless you're taking advantage of a bunch of random awesome deals that they end up having. So now we finished the benchmarking section of today's video. How to bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick.
Alright guys, so we just got done benchmarking this GameStop PC, and overall it worked pretty well. I mean, luckily we did get the replacement parts that we needed, because otherwise this system wouldn't have worked at all. Obviously the case took a little bit of a beating, so maybe go with one of the more name brand cases. We just wanted to save a little bit of money and go with one of the kind of brands that we had never seen before, and you know, we got lucky, because this case should have shown up a lot more damage than it did.
But yeah, unless you're getting amazing deals from GameStop, which, as we mentioned at the time of recording this video, they are running some really good promotions, I probably would stray away from building your whole PC there, but you can get some good one-off deals to supplement a really awesome value for money PC. And if you want to do some shopping over at GameStop, links down below. They won't be affiliate links because I don't think they have an affiliate program, but we'll definitely leave some other alternate suggestions down below that will be affiliate links, and they will help us out.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Now, if you ever wanted to do any type of trade-ins on your PC, laptop, you could go to GameStop, but I don't really think they take this stuff, but I do know a place that does take trade-ins.
PCBros.tech will give you more than $1 for your PC trade-in, as long as it's something worthwhile. And if you use code ToastyBros2 on checkout, you can save 2% on your next purchase of a gaming PC, gaming laptop, and even more. Yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.